Hey everybody, it's Dune back with another episode of Factorio Megabase. This last episode, we were working on increasing red circuits. Yeah, you can see my 500 and some trains are sort of slowly moving around. UPS is only 15. It's tough to be playing this game anymore. I kind of started a new series working on another sort of a second Megabase. Obviously it's got very humble beginnings, not much more than kind of a percentage of this with a couple trains running around. I really don't want to start a new map. I'd love to continue this forever, but I don't really know how much more we can play it. I'm not saying this is done, goodbye, but it's really hard to have a lot of fun when everything I do to increase productivity just slows down the game even more. So, I mean, we fluctuate between 14 and 16 UPS now. I mean, gone are the days of 35 and above. So anyways, we're going to play tonight. I've been attempting to get, these red circuit trains filled. Our production's halted basically if we can't supply it. So, for a while it was blue circuit trains. Now we're backed up. Now it's red circuits. Not quite sure what the holdup is. Last episode we increased plastic. Actually, we built a new plastic outpost to this, and if all's going well, which it's not quite, we're at 31K. Plastics are, are kind of our bottleneck for red circuits at the moment. We have most of everything else, but as you can see, plastic, there's no plastic here, and if there's no plastic, nothing's being built. And most of the other outposts have the plastic, but if there's at least one that doesn't, then we don't have enough. So I don't believe that it's it's not enough of this. What we can check is, okay, not enough petroleum gas. So you can see we got trains sort of pulling out and then getting stuck, kind of waiting to move out. I think it's somewhat of a bad design. I mean, it works for like how shall we say, trains that are outposts, that just have liquid on one side, the blue circuits, but not quite on this one. There's just too much of these trains kind of waiting for each other. So what we kind of need is we need another exit. I think we need this. Trains that are leaving here, they need to leave. They need to go. They need to get out, as it were. So we're going to go back there and we're going to add an exit row. The problem is trains that don't belong in this build will want to travel through. So we can kind of do like we did with this side. Is trains entering, they can only come in, but they can't come in and then exit. So we need probably a third sort of exit lane. Trains coming in that need to come in, great. Trains that come in, or trains that, like these coal trains, or even the petroleum trains that have unloaded, instead of coming back to this main track, they need to flow out. So what we should do is kind of maybe add a kind of a third lane, and then we'll just take it across and then out over here. Hopefully that will increase throughput, because we got all these trains, we got all these coal trains sitting here, but we got no coal here, and if no coal, we're not making plastic, even if we had petroleum, which we don't. So we need also the petroleum trains to flow. So we need the trains to move, and ideally petroleum trains need to go up because their entrance is over here. Coal trains, we don't really care. So hopefully maybe if we add this and we add an upwards exit, and of course, I mean, bidirectional is the best, they'll take the right choice. So let's just get to the front of our train and let's head back to, I think it's called Plastic Station 3. We'll move this up a little bit. We've been traveling back and forth there a few times. I probably have the track to do this. You know what? I'm gonna grab, I have a fair amount of water to cross. Let's grab a little bit more stone track. And maybe some regular track. I don't think we really need a whole lot. Probably just need a bunch of stone track. No, that's probably way overkill. But having enough is, especially on the slow travel. I'm really not sure why my train is going this way when where I want to go is right here. Why am I traveling this way? Let's back up. Oh, no, we don't need to use the fuel input or a loading bay. I'm not quite sure why my train decided to go that direction. One of the things in a map this size is trains decide to go whichever way they think is best, and it's certainly not always the case. We can just set that to automatic and we'll go to where our last choice was. Okay, here we'll continue moving up the list. Oops. So anyways, I've started a new map, like I said. It's called Megabase version 2. If you'd like to see a Megabase built from the ground up, do tune in to me there. Of course, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and if you're online, at least on Twitch, you'll see when I go live. Anyways, let's work on this base some more. I do hope when they put out version 17, they put in, in all their changes to the UI and so forth, they're adding some sort of logic to increase speed of maybe train networks or some other form. So you can see, like, this is just kind of horrendous. Like this train here, he probably exited down here, but somewhere in here it decided to go up and then in. Should have just come across here and then up. I don't know what to do to increase this, but so we got two doing the right thing. It's just slow. Okay, let's just jump out of the train. Probably add some more signals to make that flow a little better, but it's not why I'm here. We can't add signals to make trains come in here because we have multiple types. So what we need, let's just do this. Now, how do we make this guy flow out here when he could also come around this way? So we need to make the exit lane somehow choose a different path. We could do something like that, right? You know, we can't come across. There's too much stuff here. Could come up like so. if we do I do love fast bots. Can I pick that up? Lane map mode or something? Yes. Alright. The problem with this, you can't put a signal here. That last signal you put is like right there. Ideally, we would want this one right here. I just like it a certain distance apart. That looks good. The problem is, I can't walk on track even if it's over water. Let's just grab a piece of fuel. Let's get here. Alright, so we need the stone track. Oops. Get the regular track out. My hot bar. So I think this is too close to this. And we can't really fix this, I don't think. Actually, we kind of could. Let's move this. We're going to reposition a few things. Guess we won't change this guy. Okay, the first spot is there, so stone track to there. So we'll probably have to put a little break in this. That's really not going to help. Those trains coming in, they're just going to have to be crying. Not enough. No paths. So these are 4 belts apart. Just kind of rip some of that up. What I love about this book is I know where all my patterns are. Let me just do this guy. Don't need that. Don't need that. There we go. I should start flowing again. Signals back in there. Fortunately, let's put a few signals in here as we go back. Hopefully we're not going to run into any trains because we did make this as an exit row. And you could start flowing. Actually, they won't flow because my train is actually blocking this. Blocking the block. I don't think we'll need you again. We'll just pick you up. goes the same direction. And we need to fix this other one too. We could practically run in front of that train, but it'd be really stupid to die right here. Why can't that connect? I don't think we'll be building this, so let's just remove that. Because this stone can't go there. Did not fix this power, but that's pretty easy to fix. There we go. So we have coal flowing here now. And we have petroleum flowing here. This guy should move in. Are we turning off these? No. We don't have an excess coal spot. I mean, we have 2 coal locations. Trying to figure this out. See, this is the excess plastic, but I don't think the coal trains can get to it. So I can't put it there, because otherwise they'll come in this way, and we don't want them doing that. So I think we need to kind of stick it out this way. Or maybe even up right here. Yeah, that's the better idea, I think. Either one would work. We just do something like so. Actually, let's forget. Yeah, kind of a chain signal before the rail signal is not a bad idea. Let me put a constant combinator here. Circuit. Yeah. We're just reading. Or no. We're closing signal. We're not reading the signal. If red is greater than 0. And then we just set this to red. And now nothing can come out this way. Now we want this at least as high or longer than that station. That makes it the most efficient. So now We have a third one that no train can ever get to. Now we just need to add a signal, arithmetic signal. We can put it all in one circuit. So this will read t, multiply it times -1, and output e. I just do e because it used to stand for excess, but that's kind of my go-to signal name. It doesn't really have to be e, it can be anything you want it to be. So we're reading, not train content, stop train, and we're outputting signal. And we're enabling when e is greater than equal to 0. And there's signal, either of these will work. Train arrives, we want to do stop being enabled. So that's got a train coming in, and it should disable as soon as it stops. There we go. Now it should make a train easier to get to this station. Suddenly we have no coal trains. So fixing adding this exit row has helped a lot. Just kind of looking around, there's a lot of trains in this area. They don't seem to be stuck, they're just kind of slowish. Has any plastic come here? No. I mean, obviously there has been, otherwise we wouldn't have any red. I'm guessing you're trying to do it. No, you're not. Just going where you're supposed to. Obviously, the best way for him to go is that way, but major traffic that way, so he went the other way. This one's probably going to do the same thing, which is really not a great idea, because now he's going to come here and probably make an up here to make a left here. Not the wisest idea either. But what can you do when the trains have so many options? You can make them use waypoints. This is my version of waypoints. But at this point, I don't want to force them to try to go somewhere. Hopefully they'll just make the right decision. That one's making the right decision, as that one did. And that would flow to an easier intersection. Like even ultimately over here would be the best. I don't know if that's what he's going to do. See, does that turn yellow, or is it going to go this way? Yay, it's going straight. That's the best decision I could have made. Hopefully this one does the same thing. Because I think this curve is way better than trying to do a roundabout left. Alright, so, well, coal's not the issue. Obviously, petroleum gas is. We have just one petroleum gas train in the circuit. So I think we have to go add another petroleum gas train or two. And we might need to look at adding another petroleum gas station. I wouldn't want to build it way over there now. Should be a lot closer to this red circuits. Technically speaking, we could add it here, but where do we get oil from? I mean, I guess we could get oil here and here. Let's see, how is petroleum doing in this great area? We got 300,000 plus on hand, average across these three, so I think it could support at least a couple more trains. Wish these unloaded as fast as if you had them directly unloading into tanks. The way these pumps work, if you don't have enough space between tracks, the narrow double track works. Good, he's flowing upwards. That's the way I want them to work. Which way are you going? Yeah. Oh well. It's an attempt to have them come up here, because that would be the best route for them to take. Guess we need a train to copy, and that's not what we're looking for. Here we are. Let's make sure this is what's PG2. That's what we want. So we're headed next. Yes. All right. So we need 8 of these guys. Easy to add more trains, but you know, of course, every one you add adds more processes to the base. It's fun, of course, having this many trains running around. Let's hope that solves our problem of having a couple more petroleum trains. You know, how many trains are coming here? That's not that. So we have 6 coal trains and 9 petroleum trains. So 15. So 4, 6. So really we only need 9 here. This looks like plenty enough. 13, and that's, you know, we used to have the plastic trains coming in here, so that's probably why I made it so big initially. So these are only enabling when I have enough plastic. That's why we got a couple plastic trains waiting. They're waiting for the first bay to enable itself. That shows that we have not quite enough supplies. This coal facility, I kind of goofed. Didn't make this long enough when I built it. It's kind of okay. I mean, the train goes back to where the direction it came into from. Alright, well, I don't know, maybe we're doing something right. This was pretty much full of red trains waiting for supplies. We got one enabled here. That's probably where that train's going. And we still have 4 trains waiting for supplies. It still hasn't gotten a plastic train in a bit. But hopefully with more petroleum trains, maybe coal's not quite the problem it was. So one of these guys should flow right in to here. So disabling that makes it so much easier for these trains to find the station they want. I always like to go to the closest one. That's why you want to put your extra permanently closed station furthest from. If you put it up here, and they'd always keep trying to ping it even though they could never get to it because it would be closer than these other ones. Now, of course, these ones want to come. I wish I could show you it, but they all want to come to this one now. This is kind of ideal. This is full of coal. So now these ones want to go to this one. As soon as this train clears out, passes a signal, this will turn yellow. Pretty closely anyways. There we go. You know, I was trying to go there, and then I just finally realized I could go to this one. Hey, and look, we don't have any plastic trains waiting. You know, of course, we have none ready to go. The fact that we have no plastic trains waiting is a good thing. It means we're on the rebound. Of course, here comes one. We knew they were coming. Now we had 2 more petroleum trains. You guys full? Guys are heading up. Now we could make this a little, you know, easier for the trains to get in. I mean, they would make it odd, like, but we could add kind of a long, you know, input lane all the way down to say here. That's my backup train. I like to copy my stations over. And a bit more track to my supplies. said we'd be coming back here often. So which way are you going to go? Wish I could kind of tell from a distance. Very good. It's in the right direction. These aren't stuck, are you? I don't like it. Okay. It's blocking this, and so this guy couldn't cross. It's just there's so many trains along these lanes that really had nowhere else to be. It might sound like I'm complaining because I have so many trains. Might be partially true. These guys can't exit. These petroleum trains kind of went the wrong way. Yes. Did want to. Where are you going? Good. There's some signal down here. It's ghosted in. Now let's just run over there and put it in. There we go. Sure doesn't seem like these trains are moving slow at 15 UPS. Alright, so one thing we want. Just for the moment, don't want any trains coming that way. So when I put this in, I want all of them to come this way. They're at least going to where we want them to go. Go. Just don't want to walk across all that. And we can re-enable that. Let's signal up a little further. Could put something in like over and up and across. I don't know how much that would help. Look at that. We got 3 petroleum trains in here and 1 waiting to go in. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. But we also now have 4 plastic trains waiting. One just became enabled. To see those 2 petroleum trains sitting there. I know we have an extra open bay. I'm not a fan of these being rail signals, because we had one train kind of come over and block. It's sat like right here. Maybe I misspoke about catching up. But we have coal, we have petroleum. I think we are on the rebound. Could be better if we had a 4th petroleum train, but we added 2 new petroleum trains. How's this doing? We got 1 waiting. Go in. 2 stations open. What are you guys waiting for? Guess we're not running these petroleum stations like I do everything else. They're still kind of using my old method of controlling the signal instead of the station enabling. And how much do we have on hand? Now we're under 300,000 average. Little be expected, taking 2 extra train loads. See this, by direct insertion from tanks, this will load up fast, even at 15 UPS. And that ideally is the way you'd want to unload it. Works just as efficiently. As maybe seen here, if this were, these were empty. This is my original rocket fuel build. See, it's quite a lot of machines making rocket fuel. these rockets doing here anyways? It's been a while since I've checked in on them. 19K science on hand, space science, which is good. And where's my, here's the space station, outpost, 400,000 on hand. And the real bottleneck there is the rocket control units, which are up here. And we have kind of 19K in one station. That's quite a bit considering each train can only carry 1,600. Seeing these two trains sitting there with a full load of blue chips waiting to unload is a good sign. Speed modules. 45,000 on hand, good sign as well. This one's sort of new because we sort of removed we did remove our nuclear facilities here since we're running on solar. There's some other ones to take apart yet. Maybe I'll do that someday. Anyways, where are we? Yes. We're down to one plastic train waiting for supplies. Maybe comes in waves. How many plastic trains do we got coming here anyways? Maybe we just don't have enough. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 to supply 8 bays. We don't quite have enough. Well, right now we don't have the extra plastic. Having this extra exit line, these are flowing in a little quicker. This plastic build is relatively new build for me, so I didn't quite understand all the intricacies of supplying it. My original idea was that loading style, but having the refineries right next to it, which turns out to be was a mistake. I mean, this is working simply because we don't have that many plastic trains coming here. I think mostly it's I always forget these guys' names. Low density structure. What a weird name. I would have figured rocket part or something like that would have been a better name, but low density structure is what they are called anyways. So keeping these bottom tanks supplied was difficult. So I figured bringing in trains directly on either side would have been easier. As you can see, I have to, I mean, pipes alone weren't enough. I'm transporting belts of tanks. How fast these load. It's crazy. Anyways, let's look around. Staring at the red circuits isn't going to make him flow faster. This is another petroleum build. I think that's all it supplies is sulfuric acid. Yep. How much sulfuric acid do we have on hand? 400K. That's pretty good. Mostly it supplies, well, it supplies batteries, which is here, BT batteries. $500,000 batteries on hand, doing pretty good. And it also supplies our blue chips. And we have almost 150,000 average blue chips on hand. Definitely doing better. This has gotten any plastic yet? No. This is kind of a mistake. You don't want your intersections blocked. That train can be flowing in. This one's fine. So that stops there. We change that to a rail signal. Chain signal, I mean. And this won't cross. Can put it about halfway. I think I also want to do these trains go into red circuits, these plastic trains. Maybe we can help them move a little faster by over here. something. Autosave. Gonna do a couple things here. Might as well let trains. I want to use it. There we go. Steal some fuel. For the moment, I'll put a block in these. I want to be able to come back and put in the rail signals. Without bumping into a train. What's the right way of doing that? I'm not a big fan of having trees between tracks. Sometimes you want to walk there, and trees are a good way to get killed. I know this may not seem terribly exciting to some. It's kind of that way in a Megabase. Just trying to improve throughput here until I fix red circuits, and then somewhere else. But I'm enjoying it. Just wish it was running faster. I could guarantee this map was going to run for a lot longer. Otherwise, someday I'm just going to have to get a faster computer, like, hey, maybe a supercomputer. Right. I am curious. I haven't seen a train do petroleum in this station in a while, if that's even accessible. Should be. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be, but see coal had caught up at that station now. These coal trains are waiting to unload. It's good. I like trains sitting in a stacker. It means they're not out on the main tracks congesting things. Look at all these trains waiting for copper here. Not good. Not good at all. How's copper up here doing? Quite well. 200,000 on average between 6 bays. Can any of these trains here? Copper load north. Green circuit, blue chips. This goes to the main base. How's copper working here in the south? Could maybe send that one down here. 350,000 average. Okay, let's do that. So I believe this copper train. Yes. So we will send you to copper load south. That's your next duty call. Is copper load south? Yes. That's just one of these. I mean, I know it'll affect things. So blue chips, blue chips. There's a lot of blue chips. One's going to GC South. Where are you at? Copperload North. Let's send you to Copperload South. So you're going to Green Circuit South. Going to GC South. No. Red circuits. SP. Solar panels. Solar panels. This could also go to south. That's 3. Red circuit, 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 and green circuit. I mean, like green circuit being this green circuit for blue chips. So that makes sense. Maybe it just needs more copper ore. Obviously, we have no copper. let's see how many copper ore trains we got sitting here. 1, 2. Yeah, we can use more copper ore flowing here. Could do that. Let's look at, what was our last copper ores in the northwest? '78 and '79. Northwest 2, 1, and Northwest 2, 3. This guy, right? He's not going to support too much. So we got 2 trains coming here. He's about half unloaded. And Northwest 2, 3. Probably this guy here. Doing that coal. This copper. Doing okay. How many bots we got on hand? Some. Not enough to do a big build. Couldn't line this guy up. I mean, even though it's only like 300K, my productivity is 1100%. So it's really over times 10, really times 11. So that's really 4 million copper sitting here-ish. And we can get it mined up. Where am I looking for? There we are. Oh, I only have 23. This might not be enough. I'll have to do it a little closer. Yep. Are we stone on me? Nope. He's stone close at hand. Nope. Plus there's some rocks laying around. There's some rocks. That's enough to make 20. Not seeing any stone laying around. I'm always so good at picking it up. Yeah, we'll just have to make it all step back. Oh, terrible. Really? That's bothersome. Gotta be stone around here somewhere. Here, way over here. Sure, there's stone laying around. piles of it when you don't need it. I'd run back all the way for landfill. I mean, not run back. It's far away. So down here, see. Okay, there's a little pile. Actually stand there. Stand about right here. See how fast that fills up at my productivity level. All right. Suppose I can do that again on the side. Why I felt like I needed to close that. So much do we have? 16. That should probably be good. Let's put on my speedy suit. We're a little faster here. Do. And there we go. Stop it. It's trying to take all my wood from me. And we should probably auto trash stone again. Stop it. Where are you taking that to now? Oh, that's right. I picked up Jesus, stone for some reason, not copper. So pass B. Why are you guys still taking stone from me? Stop it. Stop it. Because I apparently have it still. Stop it. Just running by so fast it's not pasting. So this will be copper ore 2. Northwest 2, 1 north. And let's get out of range of those logistic bots. Down. Guess we need to add the train. No, it didn't connect. And let's grab some fuel. Stop. Real kind of trick to this baby. It's going to kind of flow kind of to there. definitely ugly. Well, actually doesn't need to do that. What if we do that? That would work, right? It's ugly-ish. That would work. Alright, so you. Let's remove those signals. Alright, so you are copper ore 92, and we want them to go to copper ore unload north. 92. Yes, more engines is more acceleration rate, yes. And having them on either end means the train can pull forward this way and then exit the other way without having it kind of turn around. It does mean when it's going the other way from these engines, these are kind of dead weight. But something I didn't consider. What if I want this train to come in over from this direction? Tink. I think I can put that signal here. Or I need to move this. More. Alright, so how are we doing here? We got 2 plastic loads ready. That's beautiful. So our work here has helped a lot. Don't have any really excess on hand. But look at that, we got 2. Sweet. 2 ready to load up. That's great news. Means we might have plastic down here, which we don't. Sad news. But we have 2 copper trains here. Plastic trains. But we have 2 plastic, 3 in this area, 4. So that's probably it's not coming down here. The fact that we have 3 plastic stations ready to go is fantastic news. Where's our petroleum trains? Kind of go in funky directions. How's petroleum doing here? 100,000 average? No. 70,000 average. Wow, we really hammered this hard in those two new petroleum trains. We might need closer source of petroleum. You know, where would a better spot for this be? I mean, obviously we could probably put a couple right here. Making these trains that are going all this distance back from here to here closer. And this great oil thing doing. It's nearly full. Supporting 6 trains currently. Past BG, we're talking about a big oil site. Check this one out. 24,000%. I mean, it is a long way from my map center. Or well, one of the things I was mentioning a while ago was probably going to need to move this or iron plate facility. I was planning here someday, but I'd really like to mine this stuff up. May not happen. I'm certainly not moving it today, but it's definitely something to think about. Kind of mostly interested in plastic at the moment. And look, we just had 3 bays open, now we don't. That's good news to see that guy going in. He's coming all the way up to here. petroleum gas shortage here. I mean, the minimum is 100K. Unless something's at 100K, it doesn't enable the station. So I think that's what we're going to have to do next episode. Add more petroleum gas, and we'll probably do it in here. Probably build a like facility as this one. To supply our plastic build. I'm not quite sure how much petroleum we'll need in comparison to plastic. It's really hard to tell how much these things make. I mean, plastic requires only 20 per, well, really per 2. Definitely something to work on. We've not done anything to this red circuit need. Well, anyways, I think I'm going to call this an episode. Not really sure how to label this one. More supplies. That's such a grand title. Rotting, so supplies. We have more plastic, like, I don't know, it just seems like we go in rushes of it, because now we got no trains waiting. So we're definitely, I think, doing better. At the same time, we put a crunch on our petroleum. So I'm not sure. 2 trains waiting. Yeah, not sure. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been another episode of Factorio Megabase. If you'd like to see more, both this one and my new one I'm started on. This one I didn't start streaming it until I was, I forget where, maybe 15,000 rockets, somewhere 10,000 rockets, I forget. The new one we're building from scratch, and we're going to aim for 10,000 rockets. Obviously doable. 22,000 on this one. Completely doable. I don't know. Like, I like these designs. It's really hard to say I would do it differently. I mean, I've had some people suggest, well, maybe I should have these load on this side instead of this side. Yeah. It's a little adjustment to make for my next builds. Not sure what direction I'm going to go with the new one. I am going to go solar right from the beginning. Not going to do nuclear. As neat as these things look. As you can see, this isn't working because I've gone all solar. It's just I haven't torn these down. Currently using 31 gigawatts. Anyways, have a good night. I suppose I should enter my guy back to the main base. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them, either in the reply or in the next time we do Megabase. Thanks for watching.